section 4, we're going to talk about how do you set up meetings. Earlier, we said that the magic number for you was doing 10 meetings a day, which means talking to 30 to 50 people, which is it's a large amount of people. That takes a lot of action.
Yeah.
How did you set up the meetings? Were you calling people? Were you texting them? What was your your method of reaching out to people?
For sure. I mean, it was all of them. I was calling people. I was texting them. I was reaching out to people on Facebook. Now, I personally can't do that anymore because the majority of the people that are on my Facebook, they're part of my organization already.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very beginning, for someone who's starting out, most of the people that are on your Facebook, they're all prospects. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was all text messaging, all reaching out to people on Facebook, reaching out to people on at that time. It was cool. A lot of people on Twitter. I don't use really Twitter much at all anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway, and what I was kind of, I know you're probably going to ask the next question is how was I setting up, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Here's the one. I'll tell you what you don't want to do. The things you don't want to do is send out like a mass email, right, or mass message on Facebook saying, "Hey, come check out, this opportunity that I have going on." And nah, you don't want to do that. You want to, you want to stay away from anything that sounds really super salesy and just
corny. What are the words, the specific words you want to stay away from?
Oh, you gotta stay away from, "Hey, I've got an opportunity. I've got something that can allow us to make money." So money, opportunity, business, networking, getting rich, anything like that you just want to stay away from, because all those words, they subconsciously ring negative bells in people's mind, because most people they're skeptics, most people are skeptical. So you don't want to say anything like that. The most you want to do, what I tell people all the time is, if you're just starting, right? If you're just starting to someone, that's kind of a lukewarm market to you, reach out to them like you would normally reach out to them for anything. So for example, right now, during this period of time right now, the NBA finals are going on, right? So if I were to reach out to somebody, I'm just going to reach out to them and say, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing later tonight?" Isn't that like how you normally ask a friend or a family that you're cool with what they're doing? "What's up? What are you doing later tonight?" They'll probably respond, "Nothing. What's up?" Or they'll say, "I'm doing a lot running around with the kids. I'm working late," whatever the case may be. If they are busy, you do not pursue them any longer. If they are busy tonight, you reach out to them, "Hey, what's up? What you got going on tonight?" And they respond that they're busy in some way, shape, or form. You respond back to them, "Okay, cool. Just want to check up on you, see how you're doing." The moment you pursue further on, right, now you're going to become sort of a nuisance. You don't want to become a nuisance, right? If now you reach out to them and say, "What's up? What you got going on?" and they respond, "I'm free. What's up? Why?" You can respond to them now. "And look, I want to chop it up with you about something." Here's the key thing, though. Now, another teaching point. That's how I talk to my friends. Like, I use terms like that. "Hey, I want to chop it up with you. I want to talk to you about something. I'm working on something that I want to go over with you." Things like that, that it's not specific and something that I would normally say. It's very important, key, as you're listening to this. You cannot verbatim, you can try it, it's cool, no problem, it's not a bad thing, but you cannot verbatim repeat what I'm saying, because the people who are around you know how you talk. They know how you are. The moment you become something a little different, a little off, they'll catch it really quick. You speak to your friends the way you normally speak to them on a daily basis. Keep that in mind. So if they tell me, that they're free, and I say, "Look, I want to chop it up with you about something," or if they're a really close friend or relative that you have a great relationship with, easily say, if they're free, "Cool, I'm coming over." All right. There's not that much to it, right? It's not that much to it. You don't have, now you go over, the door's open now, right? You can go over there and you can share some information with them. Let's say now you just got started and you can't share the information with them by yourself, right? You have somebody else that you want to bring along with you to kind of share the information, right? Because that's going to happen a lot. Here's what you need to do. You got to understand. This is when you got to bring them out. You know, obviously it's kind of weird if you bring like a stranger to a friend's house, right? Yeah. So if you reach out to a friend and they're available that night, you know, or later that day, you want to tell them, all right, look, man, I'm working on something. I want to chop it up with you about. That's how I talk. That's how, listen, I'm working on something. I want to chop it up with you. I want to talk to you about something I'm working on. Next question is going to be 99% of the time, okay, cool. What is it? That's where most people fuck up. Yeah. Right there. They screw up right there because now they want to dive into giving them info. You just stop them right there and say, look, if I can tell you everything right now, I would, but I can't. I got to run. Just meet me at the Starbucks by the house. 7:30, cool. You give them the time, you know. Between 7:30 and 8, cool. Anytime around that. It's after work, cool for you. You give them this net, this big net for them to jump into. Okay, cool. No problem. You don't want to see what happens now is this. If they ask you, what is it? And you start to go into, hey man, well, I saw this thing, this business, this opportunity, this thing where we can start getting some money together. Like you've solidified the fact they're not going to meet up with you at all whatsoever. They're not going to see you at all.
May never see you again.
Right, because now they're afraid that every time they see you, you're going to talk about some shit that they don't want to talk about. You know what I mean? And mind you, it can be something that can radically change their life, but just because of how we're programmed today in society, we automatically think that when somebody's offering us something, it's got to be bad. Yeah. It's got to be. There's no way that it's good if someone's offering us something. So when someone asks us, you know, what is it? You have to find certain. You have to just cut it off right then and there. Just say, look, I'll tell you when I speak to you. It's not crazy. It's not major. Just want to let you know. Some other people, you know, you can word and say, look, I'm working on something big. Come meet up with me. Whatever you're kind of feeling at that time or however you're talking to them. See, for me, I can always tell my friends, listen, I'm working on something. I want you to come check it out. Okay, cool. You can't tell me what it is? My response, nah, it's like trying to describe a movie to you over the phone. Or me trying to text a movie to you. No, you just can't. I'm not going to get, the moment you start to answer that question of what is it, it's like quicksand that you can't get out of. Do not answer that question right then and there. You want to keep the cards in your favor at all times. The only time you reveal the cards to them is when you are face to face. That's it. Okay? Then they're going to get the complete picture of
all the little questions answered.
All of it right then and there. Very important to not say much at the beginning. And that can determine whether or not they even come see the presentation, much less get in. You know what I mean? So yeah, very beginning, you want to make sure that you keep it simple. Don't use some of those key words that we mentioned because it just triggers stuff subconsciously. And set a time that you want to link up with them, and then you go from there.
Okay. What do you do if somebody reschedules? What do you do if somebody shows up late? How do you handle all that sort of thing?
Yeah. So if someone, and that's important. So when I ask somebody if they're free tonight, if they ain't rescheduling with me, you already told me that you're free tonight. You can't tell me that you're free and then, I can't do it because of whatever reason. More times than not, if they have to reschedule with you after they already said that they're free, you said too much. They caught on already, and good luck rescheduling with them because it's probably not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? If someone says, for example, yeah, listen, I'm busy, but what's up? Like, talk to me. What you got going on? Nothing much. Speak to you later. Leave it at that. Like, just don't go down that road any further. What may happen is that person just may be very curious. So if you reach out to somebody, yo, what's up? What you got going on tonight? I'm kind of busy. Why? What's up? Nothing. Forget it. I'll speak to you later. Two things are going to happen. They'll forget it, and you'll speak to them whenever you speak to them. Or they're going to be kind of intrigued on why you're reaching out to them. Respond. Why? What's up? Now, you can respond any sort of way, but if you continue to hold firm and say, listen, you're busy. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Speak to you another time. more times than not, people will now want to be more interested in why you reached out to me for a reason. Why? Like, you said you're busy. We'll speak whenever we can. Now listen, just come by the house later on. You know, we can talk about what it is you're talking about. Sometimes that may happen. So as far as, you know, someone being busy, you never want to chase them. Allow them to be busy. Allow them to, you know, have do their thing, and don't go down that path of trying to figure out, okay, cool, if you're not free today, what about tomorrow? Are you free the day after that? If you're not free, no, then you begin to chase. When you begin to chase, you start to give that person, again, a subconscious feeling that you need them. No, you want to stay far away from those type of feelings of anyone thinking that you need them for anything, because that is also a surefire way of them not, one, wanting to probably meet up with you, two, not wanting to do whatever opportunity you're sharing with them, because now they think that, oh, well, if I get involved in this, I'm just giving them money or I'm helping them some way, some form. You know, you always want to keep that posture. You want to keep that posture. You're not needing them. Whoever you're linking up with, you want to always give them a feeling of, I'm doing you a favor sharing this with you. You know what I'm saying? This is not something I'm just sharing with anybody. You know, I'm picking you for a reason. Okay, and you gotta have that posture. You gotta have that feeling, that tone. Like even right now, when I share, you know, the information with somebody, I'm like, there's times where in my mind, I'm saying to myself, how much can this person really benefit from what I'm gonna share with them versus what I'm gonna get out of it? It's like I'm giving somebody a bag of gold. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to treat your opportunity. You got to treat it like you're giving it to somebody versus, you're getting anything from a scenario. Because that's what obviously like 90% of the people, when they're reaching out to someone, they know that that's going to turn into a sale and they're going to get something from it. Change that dynamic mentally a little bit. And yeah, you're going to get something from it, but that's not how you should go into it. We'll go into it as like, this is something I'm giving to somebody.
Yeah, somebody told me it's like, if you were giving somebody $100, how would you act? Exactly. Rather than like you getting $100 or something.
Absolutely. Absolutely.